Let's be honest, string cheese isn't supposed to feel like a workout for your jaw. It's supposed to peel easily, squeak softly, and taste like the kind of childhood simplicity that made lunch breaks tolerable. Instead, in 2025, walking down the dairy aisle feels more like a gamble between nostalgia and disappointment. Over the years, brands have quietly messed with recipes, cutting fat, boosting shelf life, and somehow forgetting the very thing that made string cheese fun: the string. What used to be a joyful pull-apart has become a rubbery endurance test stuck inside plastic sleeves. But here's the thing, among the dry, waxy imposters, a few contenders still remind you why this snack is a national obsession. So today we're ranking 8 major string cheese brands from the absolute worst to the undeniable best. Because life's too short for snack sticks that taste like latex dipped in salt. Smash that subscribe button because we're about to separate the cheese from the imposters. Number 8. Kraft Mozzarella String Cheese. Kraft practically invented the lunchbox cheese stick, yet the version they're selling today could make a dairy cow cry. First introduced in the 1980s, it once defined kid snacks. But these days, the only thing Kraft defines is disappointment. Each stick is rubbery, flavorless, and strangely squeakless. The mozzarella label feels optimistic. It's more like compressed protein foam molded into a stick shape. The pull? Forget it. The cheese breaks off in dry chunks instead of peeling, leaving a greasy film on your fingers. At 80 calories and about 210 milligrams of sodium per stick, you're getting nearly 9% of your daily salt for a bite that barely qualifies as food joy. Reddit reviewers call it chewing on rubber bands dipped in skim milk. Even fans admit it used to peel better when I was a kid. Kraft survives on brand trust and school lunch programs, banking on your nostalgia to forgive what's become industrial filler. Bottom line, this isn't cheese, it's an identity crisis in plastic wrap. Number 7. Stop and Shop Mozzarella String Cheese. Nothing screams bare minimum effort like store brand string cheese, and Stop and Shop's version truly commits to mediocrity. At first glance it looks fine, classic white stick, simple wrap, but that hope dies with the first bite. Dense, crumbly, and missing all trace of elasticity, this cheese doesn't string, it snaps. The taste? Imagine watered down milk that gave up mid-career. Most reviewers call it the kind of texture that makes you mad at yourself for being cheap. With 80 calories, 6 grams of fat, and roughly 180 milligrams of sodium, it's not even health-oriented enough to justify the punishment. At 20 cents a stick, sure, it's cheap. But so is disappointment. This one exists purely for budget shoppers who grab the first pack they see and pray the kids won't notice. Spoiler, they'll notice. A plastic wrapped cry for help from the refrigerated aisle. Verdict, when the best thing you can say is, it's technically dairy, you've lost the plot. Number 6. Sargento Natural Mozzarella String Cheese. Sargento markets its products as snack cheese for grown-ups, but this version proves adulting comes with compromises. Launched in the 1970s as a wholesome protein choice, it lands in texture limbo, too dry to enjoy, too salty to ignore. The stick feels firm in your hand, yet somehow waxy. Peeling one results in resistance, like the cheese is rejecting you personally. The flavor's serviceable but oddly artificial for a natural label. Reddit threads reveal consistent complaints. Tastes more like candle wax than mozzarella. Each stick carries 90 calories and 190 milligrams sodium, about 8% of your daily allowance, with 7 grams each of fat and protein. Not terrible, but at 37 cents per stick, it's overcharging for tough dairy rope. Sargento wins points for high protein, but loses every round on pleasure. It survives on gym snack credibility and clean packaging, not flavor. Wax museum cheese designed for people who chew through compromise. Number 5. Trader Joe's Mozzarella String Cheese. Trader Joe's built its empire on nostalgia-wrapped convenience, so you'd think their string cheese would be the perfect minimalist comfort food. Unfortunately, even quirky packaging can't hide an identity crisis inside. This mozzarella looks the part but doesn't behave. The texture is firm, almost too firm, and when you go for that satisfying pull, the string snaps short or tear jaggedly. The taste starts simple and salty, but ends with a faint chemical note that feels more lab than dairy. At 80 calories and 200 milligrams of sodium per stick, it's not terrible nutritionally, but the flavor undermines the natural label. Reddit users say it best: tastes like someone tried to microwave plastic and call it cheese. Trader Joe's fans still buy it out of loyalty, convinced all weird flavors are secretly good for them. But here's where it gets tricky. Brand devotion doesn't make it taste better. Cult favorite that cults forgot. If this is already saving you from a bad snack, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Because from here on out, the strings start behaving like actual cheese. Number 4, Siro. Polio Original Mozzarella. String cheese. Polio has been around since the 1890s, which means it's been in lunchboxes longer than most of us have been alive. It's dependable, nostalgic, and mercifully edible, but still an unambitious middle child in the cheese family. The peel is decent, smooth, clean, and properly elastic, but the flavor leans mild to a fault. There's no real spark here, no satisfying tang or brininess. It's background cheese meant to keep children quiet. But unlike the waxy contenders below, at least this one strings instead of shatters. Each stick sits at 80 calories, with 8% of your daily sodium intake. At 30 cents a piece, Polio offers reliable texture without any wow factor. Reviewers often describe it as fine but dull, which sums it up perfectly. Polio survives on nostalgia and brand loyalty. You buy it because your parents did. The taste won't offend you, it also won't excite you. Bottom line, the lunchbox survivor that shows up, does its job, and leaves quietly. Number 3, Happy Farms, Mozzarella String Cheese, Aldi. And here's where things get fun. Aldi's Happy Farms string cheese is the underdog that punches above its price bracket. At barely 22 cents per stick, this budget brand delivers one of the best pulls in the game. The texture squeaks satisfyingly with each bite, firm but flexible enough to stretch several inches without breaking. The taste avoids that fake powdery note common in cheaper cheeses. It's salty, clean, and melts smoothly if you toss a piece into an air fryer. At roughly 75 calories and 200 milligrams of sodium, it lands squarely in the guilt-free snack zone. Reviewers frequently call it shockingly good for the price. Kids love it, adults respect it, and your wallet barely notices it. Aldi's brilliance lies in consistency. No dry sticks, no surprise stinkers, no guilt. It doesn't pretend to be gourmet, it just works. A bargain that tastes like middle-tier perfection. Verdict, the squeaky budget miracle that finally makes saving money taste good. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit that like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Number 2, Frigo Cheese Heads, Original String Cheese. This is the brand your inner child still remembers pulling apart in the school cafeteria, and honestly, it still holds up. Born in the 1970s and branded for kids in the 90s, Frigo cheese heads remain the gold standard for fun food that actually delivers. Each stick peels cleanly into long, even ribbons. The mozzarella is creamy, slightly salty, and melts perfectly if you're the type who microwaves theirs for that gooey hit. Texture-wise, it's neither rubbery nor greasy, just right. Each piece clocks around 80 calories with 190 milligrams sodium, 8% of daily intake, and a notably high 8 grams of protein. Reviews hail it as stringy perfection that even adults still buy secretly. Frigo succeeds because it balances nostalgia and honest flavor without turning into a parody of either. It's still fun, still flavorful, and unlike Kraft, it remembers what string means. Verdict, fun wrapper, Siro Strings. A cheese that still remembers how to smile back. Number 1, Organic Valley Stringles. Organic mozzarella, and here's the top dog, or should we say top cow. Organic Valley Stringles prove there's still room for craftsmanship in convenience food. Every pull and bite reminds you of what mozzarella can be when it's made with care rather than cost cutting. These sticks are made from organic, pasture-raised cow's milk, with no hormones, fillers, or added nonsense. They actually smell fresh when unwrapped, not like plastic. The strings stretch thin and beautifully, snapping with that perfect elastic tension only real mozzarella has. Flavors where it earns its crown. Mild but creamy, balanced by a gentle tang that lingers just enough. The aftertaste is clean, no grease, no bitterness. At 80 calories and 160 milligrams of sodium per stick, it's both wholesome and satisfying. Reviewers on Sporked and Taste of Home rank it number 1 for flavor and integrity. If angels packed lunchboxes, this would be in them. Organic Valley knows its market. Health-conscious adults and parents who want snacks that won't compromise ethics or taste. It's priced at 45 cents per stick, but here, every penny screams quality. Verdict, pasture-raised perfection for people who still care how their cheese strings. The world of string cheese is a strange one, equal parts nostalgia, marketing, and dairy science fiction. Some brands hit that perfect stretch, others could double as rubber gaskets. But across all 8, one truth stands: the magic's in the pull. Kraft and Stop and Shop prove that mass production can ruin even the simplest of joys. Sargento and Trader Joe's try to sell premium names while forgetting taste. Polly-O holds steady as the quiet professional, while Aldi's Happy Farms pulls off a budget miracle. Frigo keeps nostalgia alive with honest strings, and Organic Valley shows that organic doesn't have to mean bland. It can actually be sublime. So next time you're standing in the refrigerated aisle debating between value packs and fancy labels, remember this ranking: texture matters, squeak matters, and if it doesn't string, it doesn't count. Hit subscribe if this changed how you'll snack, and drop a comment telling me which cheese stick deserves redemption or exile. Because when it comes to string cheese, everyone has skin in the peel game.